Hey guys, my name is Cicabeot1, and the best list is still coming, but I thought in the meantime I would make something out of the current situation on Billboard. So for those of you who might not be aware, like every year on the Billboard Hot 100, around the end of November, or maybe even the middle of November, the top 50 of the Hot 100 gets flooded with old Christmas songs because they get played on the radio a lot and a lot of people stream them around this time. I don't know why. It completely overtakes the Hot 100. Like, All I Want for Christmas Is You has routinely hit #1 every year since 2019. So I'm gonna make something of it. I have decided that I'm going to make an impromptu tier list of all the songs that are currently charting in the top 50 of the Hot 100, because top 50, that's where most of these will go, because recurrency rules will often prevent really old songs from entering the chart if it's under number 50. I am going with all of the songs that are currently charting in the top 50 at the time at Christmas, December 25th. The chart itself is dated for the 24th because that's just how it works. And I know that there are some other old Christmas songs that are expected to come in, like, with the chart that's supposed to update this Wednesday, but I just wanted to stick with the pool of songs we got. It is 23 songs. I put Santa Claus is Coming to Town on there twice, because the tier-making process was just agonizing. But now we get to go to the fun part, I guess. Just me moving the cursor around. I'm going to go from top to bottom in the order that they are currently charting. I'm going to ignore this entirely. Tiers going from A to D. I tried to remove this extra one. I don't want to do 5 tiers. A, top tier, songs I really like. B, songs that are fine, and I can definitely appreciate them, and this is where most of the songs are going to go anyway. C, I don't really like very much, but it's not awful. D, songs I just don't like. And given this is Christmas songs, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of each, I guess. There are other Christmas songs that are charting below the top 50, but they're all, there's covers. Like, Amazon does this thing where they have modern artists cover old songs. Lizzo did Someday at Christmas. Kane Brown did Blue Christmas, and Lauren Spencer Smith did Last Christmas. I'm not going to be touching those. I know there's also a song with Kelly Clarkson and Ariana Grande that was just released last year. It's an original song, but I'm not going to do it because it's not a staple. This is for the staples. Anyway. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Oh, okay, apparently that had to activate A tier. I haven't done much screen recording, but yes, this is one of the greatest Christmas songs of all time. I am thoroughly sick of it, and I'm sure you are aware of memes about Mariah defrosting every year for this song to be huge again, hit #1. It's it's jolly, it sounds great, it's got a great hook. Mariah really had something with this song, and it's almost hard to believe that this is only, like, a couple weeks younger than I am. Because I was born September 29th, and this came out in October 1994. I forgot to say the year. I was born in 1994. And this came out, like, a few weeks after, in October. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, Brenda Lee, that also gets the A treatment. I'm not going to be, like, ordering these within the tiers. I think just the tiers themselves are going to be fine. And Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, it's really old, but, like, it's feel-good, it's jazzy. Brenda Lee sounds really good for the time she recorded this. She was a teenager when she recorded this, and, like, she's one of the few artists here that is actually still alive, which is impressive. Like, if you get to really old songs, chances are the artist is not even still with us, because either they died of old age or other unfortunate circumstances. I know that Nat King Cole kind of died somewhat young. Same with his daughter. Although she lived to be like 65, I think, and he only lived 40-something. Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms. I kind of liked this one when I was a kid, but nowadays it feels a bit like a novelty, which I know that sounds stupid to say considering it's Christmas music and most of it is novelty, but like the thing with Jingle Bell Rock, like the gimmick is, wow, we're combining Christmas with rock. Nobody has ever done this before. And that might actually be the case for the time, but it's also kind of a slow, whitewashed kind of rock, if you feel me. Like, I'd believe that, because there is a straight-up rock and roll Christmas song later down by Chuck Berry that I think is a much better example. I don't know. I like the riff. The riff is really cool at the very beginning, and then you have, a standard Christmas song after that. Whatever. Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives. I think it's a B. This one I think has held up pretty well. Was it made for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that stop-motion short? I guess I would believe it. And I think the atmosphere is infectious. Why am I talking about atmosphere? I just think it's a cute song. I do. It's like Burl Ives has this friendly grandpa vibe, and it's just a nice song. Okay. Last Christmas by Wham. I don't know why Whamageddon is a thing. Like, you want to specifically avoid hearing Last Christmas by Wham throughout the holidays, and not, like, any other Christmas song. I don't get that. And supposedly covers are okay, despite this being, like, one of the most covered Christmas songs of all time. Again, we have a cover down the list from Lauren Spencer Smith, which I don't like very much. I didn't like her song Fingers Crossed from this year very much. It's not awful, but I think her cover is. But Last Christmas, the original by Wham, George Michael, I approve of this. My dad doesn't like George Michael, though. So I don't know how I ended up liking George Michael. Maybe because he's gay. Or was gay. He's no longer alive. And this didn't actually chart until after his death in, like, 2015, I want to say. It didn't chart until after his death, I do know that much. And now it's probably going to peak in the top 5. Probably not much higher because, these 4 songs, I mean, they're on the year end. They are the elites, as you could call them. But, yeah, Last Christmas original. It's bright and cheery, even though the lyrics are depressing. And, that's my stuff. I like that. Andy Williams, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I get a B. It does feel a little dated. Like, it specifically feels like a show tune. Like, old, stuffy songs. But this one, I think, has aged kind of well, despite that. It's still, like, exciting. It's cheery. This I can appreciate being a staple of Christmas. Don't have much else to say about that. Feliz Navidad by... Who made it? No, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I'm gonna give this a B. And I know, it's a novelty song as well, because it's saying Merry Christmas in Spanish, and also one more other Spanish thing. It's repetitive. I don't know, but I like the way it sounds over Jingle Bell Rock. That's literally, like, the only reason I'm giving it a B. Like, it's a stupid song, and I remember, like, the first time I think I ever heard it, I was in a Mexican restaurant, so it would make sense that they would play a song like that. It's a chain that no longer exists, unfortunately, but it was the buildings were huge places. You could look in the corner and see the employees making tortillas. It was really nice. And Mexican restaurants I can go to nowadays, they don't have the same flair, I guess. I guess there's one that's kind of near me, but I don't know, it'll never replace it. Nat King Cole's The Christmas Song, Merry Christmas to You. I can appreciate the warm, glowing fireplace atmosphere it's going for. I can. And it does it well. Nat King Cole sounds nice. I don't like listening to it that much, though. I just think it's kind of a dirge, so I'm giving it a C tier. It's... it's not a bad song by any means, and I don't object to it being a Christmas staple. It just does nothing for me, personally, and... I can definitely say it deserves it over the other Nat King Cole Christmas song here, but... Anyway, Sleigh Ride by the Ronettes. This one makes me happy. This one gets an A tier. I don't know why, but I feel like it's used somewhere in the movie Elf. It might not be. And Elf is basically a tradition for my family to watch it every year, along with a handful of other Christmas things. And, I don't know, it's nice and cozy, tozy, that's not the lyrics. It's happy, and I think that it just sounds nice for the time. The Ronettes, I don't know much about them, but yeah, good stuff, good stuff. This 40-year-old, it's probably older than 40. Like, I think it was recorded in the 60s, because it's like Motown, right? I'm not knowledgeable about 60s music, I'm sorry. I can't name any song by the Supremes, for what that's worth. Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande. This is one of the newest songs that has become a staple inexplicably. Like, I don't know which came first, if it was the Michael Bublé or Ariana Grande doing that. Like, it's odd to me that this has become a staple, because it's about Ari seducing Santa Claus, basically, which is just such a ridiculous concept for a song, but I guess then again we had Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt. That's expected to rechart. Never been a fan of that one, but this one, I like it. Like, I like Ariana Grande's music from that time. I even like it now, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I liked that last album. But it's just so silly. It's a pop song. It's about Christmas. It's about Ariana Grande falling in love with Santa. I don't know why it's a staple, but it's fun. I can't hate this. And that's why it's a B. Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson. I don't know how people feel about this song, but I really don't like it. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Like, I generally like cheery Christmas songs, but this one I feel is just way too sugary, way too hyper. It feels like a retread of All I Want for Christmas Is You, with just more shouting and much less control. It's too much for me, generally. Like, that's all I'll say, I guess. I never liked this one. Or maybe I did briefly, but like, right now it's just kind of annoying. It's just kind of annoying. So I'll move it on. Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. I live in snowy Minnesota, so of course it's gonna snow, so I guess that's kind of a mantra for me already. How do I feel about this one, though? I think the melody is good. And, like, even though snow is the worst thing ever, I'm just kidding. I can deal with snow. Even though there were some particularly bad storms this week. I'll give this a B because, you know, I honestly can't imagine Christmas without it. I think it's charming. Now, the only instance of a song having two different artists attached to this, shoot, what is this one called? I can barely see the numbers. Like, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and this is the Perry Como version. Something about this version in particular, just, it hits me in a sour spot. So it gets a C. Like, it's fine, but, you know, something about it feels sterile. Like, Perry Como gives me creepy vibes, and I don't know why. It's something to do with his voice. Like, he's that old boomer who would start, like, a 50s, 60s short film, and I like smoking a cigar, talking all weird, saying kids need to be disciplined, women need to know their right place in the kitchen. I'm not saying that he was like that. I honestly don't know. I don't want to slander the great late, possibly. I don't know. Is he dead? I'm going to check. Is Perry Como dead? I should have checked this before I did this. He died in 2001, so yeah, he's no longer alive. Like, I don't want to slander him. He just kind of gives me the creeps on this song. I probably shouldn't be saying that. Anyway, Christmas Baby, Please Come Home. I thought this was the Chipmunks song, or the song that the Chipmunks did at first, but no, it's actually... I really like this one. I ended up really liking this one, so it gets an A tier. Excuse me. Don't know much about Darlene Love, but I think she sounds fantastic on this song. Like, it's bombastic, but it doesn't feel overwhelming to me. I just... I think it's just really emotional. Like, I feel like I remember it being in the opening credits to a Christmas film, and I don't know which one. Or if that's just false memories being put into my brain. But you can probably imagine just these opening credits that are made of, like, stop-motion animation, where you've got the actors' names on presents. You, like... just something like that. Maybe it just feels like it should be like that, and maybe it's implanting false memories, or maybe there's legitimately something that I'm trying to think of and I just can't. If you can think of a movie that does that, just let me know, because I am really curious. White Christmas by Bing Crosby. Ugh, this one was a dirge. This one I did not like. It's a D. I don't know how respected this song is, or how respected Perry Como is, but just White Christmas doesn't do anything for me. And it's not because it's encouraging snow. I don't know, because I like Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, but everything that Bing Crosby is singing here just feels very deliberate and slow and drawn out. It's got that 50s sound that just doesn't excite me. It's not that fun. I don't like it pretty much at all. Nat King Cole's Deck the Halls. This one did not even start charting until like a couple years ago, so I don't know if this is actually a staple or if it's just recently become a staple. Like, of course, we know the Christmas song. Everybody knows the Christmas song. And this is based off of A Christmas Carol. So it also feels a lot less timeless than the Christmas song, even though I don't really like that one that much. But it's so chaotic. Like, all these sound effects flooding your ears. I don't know, it feels a bit ridiculous and a bit short. Not a great rendition of Deck the Halls. I'm gonna give it a C. Like, I can see some appeal to it, but for me, it doesn't really do much. So that's that. And now we got It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, by Michael Bublé. And, I don't know if this is controversial, but I definitely prefer this over the original from Perry Como, so it's going in the B tier. And that might be entirely because, and I like Michael Bublé as a singer. He's fine. Like, I like his hit, Just Haven't Met You Yet. I think that's a banger. I don't know how he became, like, a Christmas artist. I guess this is his biggest Christmas hit. Like, it's the same song, I know, but something feels a lot more tender about Bublé singing it compared to Perry. It does help that it was recorded in, like, the 2010s. I'm saying, like, a lot, I'm sorry. I don't have much else to say because it is basically the same song, but it just feels more warm and sincere. Alright, Jingle Bells by Frank Sinatra. That also gets a B. This is another one it's basically a contemporary take on A Christmas Carol, on a Christmas staple. And Frank Sinatra, you know, he's charming. He's got the backup singers that do the spelling out of the phrase Jingle Bells, and honestly, I think that's pretty neat. It puts his own spin on it, makes it his own, and I like that. I like that. If he's gonna cover an old song, he should make it his own. In some way or another. Don't know much else about Frank Sinatra. I know a few songs here and there. This one's fine. I like it. And we got 2 Gene Autry songs. Jeez, how do you get so special to have two of these? You have 2 Gene Autry. Why do you get 2 Christmas staples? No one else did, except for Nat King Cole, apparently. Anyway, the first one is Here Comes Santa Claus Right Down Santa Claus Lane. A bit of a country... Well, both of his songs are basically country for the time. This one, I don't really have much to say about. It's catchy, it's fun, so it gets a B tier. It's Santa. Santa's coming. He's been here, actually, because it is 3:35 on Christmas Day. So yeah, he's been here. Blue Christmas by Elvis. Now, this is a bit similar to White Christmas in the fact that it's a slow song, but it's a lot less of a dirge. Like Elvis is singing, it feels a bit like self-parody, I guess, so it's kind of funny, but I can definitely vibe to it. Like, it's bluesy, which is appropriate because he's singing about having a blue Christmas. I haven't heard the Kane Brown version because it is Amazon exclusive, and I guess I don't have the membership necessary to listen to it, so I haven't heard it. I can kind of picture how it goes. Probably fine. Kane Brown's actually been kind of fine these years. So, Blue Christmas, that gets a B tier. And you shuffled all the way over there, whatever. You're in the right place anyway. Run, Rudolph, Run by Chuck Berry. This is the other rock and roll Christmas song, and I like it a lot more than the other one, Jingle Bell Rock. And mostly that's because, like, it's being played straight, but it's also lyrically about, you know, mythical reindeer. Rudolph. Run, Rudolph, you gotta get those toys to the children, and he's playing like a straight rock thing, and, you know, I appreciate that. It makes it feel a little more natural, a little more... I was trying to think of a synonym for natural, but it's a good song. I think that it's really nice. I think it's really nice. And anyway, we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Gene Autry. I don't think this... And he was the first artist to make the song. I think it was some kind of carol before, and obviously the, you know, stop-motion film. It's in there. It's mostly the same as Here Comes Santa Claus, so it gets a B. For the same reasons. Rudolph, he's pretty tight. And now we come to 2 versions of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, except there's actually one. And it's by the Jackson 5. Michael Jackson, Jesus. As a 10-year-old boy, he actually sounded pretty good for a child singer. And I think this was a cover. I think this was a cover when the Jackson 5 made it. It's got a lot of groove and soul for the time. I try to make it contemporary, so I appreciate that. And it gets a B. I'll put the other one in the B tier as well, because, again, just trying to do this tier thing is a bit chaotic, but at least this one didn't require a Twitter login. That kind of dampened my ability to use the other website, the site that most people know. So, thank you for watching this video that, I mean, it's pretty low stakes, let's be honest. This is Christmas music, it's never going away. No matter what I say, it's like these songs are not gonna stop being played to death on the radio for 2 months of the year, crowding up the charts, and there's more to come at the time I'm recording this, so, like, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. I'm really sorry that there's no Hanukkah songs that chart routinely, like Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song, which I sometimes hear on the radio around this time. It's actually pretty funny, even though I'm not Jewish. Okay, so, thanks for your time. Best list is coming soon, and take care.